Hi, welcome to Whip It Up Wednesday. It's only Monday, but I decided I should get an early start since I managed to kind of blow off the last two. And I'm doing something a little different this time. I usually start from scratch when I make something in the crock-pot or the slow cooker, but I'm using it tonight to get rid of some leftovers. I roasted a chicken yesterday. I know it looks pretty gross, doesn't it? But it tasted good. And I've taken it off the bone. I probably got about 3 cups. And I included some of the gelatin, which of course is the stock that solidified in the refrigerator. Sorry, I'm having problems with the camera today. Yeah, like today should be any different than any other day. So it's going to act as the liquid in here because I need liquid for what I'm making. But I also have some commercial stock available if I need more because frankly I don't have any of mine thawed and I'm out of canned chicken stock. So I just put it in here. I've never tried this before, so this is going to be a failure or a success for all of us. Okay. And I'm going to cut up broccoli. You could use whatever vegetable you like. I just happen to be a huge fan of broccoli. And I'm just roughly cutting it or getting it into little trees. You can call it what you like. I call it little trees. Oops. And I put broccoli in just about everything. It's good for you, it tastes good, and it's pretty. I also started dehydrating some broccoli, and I am amazed at how good it turns out and how good it is once you've reconstituted it. Okay, so now we have the broccoli and the chicken, and maybe I should have used a bigger crock pot. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add some of the commercial bouillon. When I need commercial bouillon, I usually use Better Than bouillon, but I didn't have any of that. So I used some dry that I had purchased for another project. Okay. This is the experiment. This is what's left. I've been sampling of my vegetarian, in this case vegan, habanero cheese. It doesn't have dairy, and it doesn't have nuts or soy. It's a vegetable-based cheese, and I'm just going to cut some and see how it melts in this dish. I can tell you that it melts really well as part of a toasted cheese sandwich, grilled cheese sandwich. I had some last night on a turkey burger, which, okay, yeah, it probably negates the idea of making vegan cheese, but hey, it tasted good. The only thing is I may have gotten it just a little too hot. It was really, really hot when I tested it when it was first ready. But, as you all know, flavors tend to mellow once you get them cold. And it does. But unlike other cheeses, other pepper cheeses, this does not have dairy in it. So you don't get that, the buffer that the dairy can bring. Notice my fancy mold, by the way. Yes, it's a Rubbermaid sandwich container. Okay. I do have regular cheese molds because I make both dairy and vegetarian cheeses, but I don't know where it is. They are. They've probably not been unpacked yet. So I'm going to put this in here. As you can see, isn't it pretty? And give it a stir. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some Worcestershire sauce in here because that's something else that or honey mustard, because those are two things that I really like adding to things. But I think for now anyway, I'll just go with this. Of course, you could add mushrooms. But if you're wondering why I don't just use like a can of cream cheese soup or cheddar cheese soup, whatever it is, or cream of mushroom soup and things like that, it's because I tend not to use commercial cream of soups. Okay, so I'll put the lid on, and I have it on high. Everything is cooked except for the broccoli, and then the cheese needs to melt. But I'm going to cook it on high for a little while, and if it seems like it's getting done too quickly, I'll turn it to low. But I'm really anxious to see how this will turn out, and I'll bring you back when it's dinner time, fail or success. Okay, let's take a look. As you can see, I've added olives. I also added some cauliflower and more cheese. Now, I'm trying to do this one-handed, so bear with me here. Oh, and some of my honey mustard. I obviously didn't need it to add as much of the broth as I did, but you know, that's okay. I'll eat it as soup, or at least this first batch of soup. And I'm cold, so that'll be good. If I didn't care that if it was vegan or vegetarian, which obviously I don't because there's chicken in here. It's been a long day, people. But you could thicken it with a roux of some kind, or even a slurry of cornstarch and water. I don't mind this because, well, you guys all know how I am about soup. I was going to add some kale or spinach that I have dehydrated, but frankly I forgot about it. So I think that I've been sampling as we went along. I was kind of worried about the heat factor in this because the habanero cheese is on the spicy side, but it isn't that bad, at least not in the samples I've had, even without a dairy to counteract it. I was thinking that it would probably be pretty good with some cream cheese or labneh stirred in at the end, which would help had it been too hot. But I didn't bother, basically because I didn't have any cream cheese and I didn't think about making labneh until it was too late. So, well, that's it for this week's Whip It Up Wednesday. My camera's about to die, and I'll see you next week. Bye.